Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Wednesday, the 15th of January 2020, and it's the daily analysis for spot gold and dollar yen. Let's start off with spot gold, and after a weaker start to the week, yesterday it managed to bounce off from just above the support zone, and to climb back up to the 1550 level. It has fallen from the support at the 1557 where the previous swing high is, and let's just change this to swing resistance zone now. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So this was the start of the week, where it started off weaker and recovering somewhat, but in the short term I think it's still looking bearish and perhaps trying to retest back down to the 78.6 fib retracement, and it could be, it's still early, but it could be moving in a slightly bearish channel. Yet to be formed, but at least the lower trend line is there for support. So if it does climb up, watch out for this area of potential resistance. Let's just mark this area here. This is going to be a key resistance area, but we'll see whether it's able to break out through this resistance barrier and climb up to test the weekly pivot, where it hasn't been close since the start of the week. New pivot this week is at 1571.32, and it's already fallen below that. Let's change this to okay, so we'll see whether it's able to trade within this bearish channel. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 1557 is a zone to watch out for, and perhaps up to 1559, 1560 area where it could spike, and targeting the weekly S1 if it turns bearish, between the S1 at 1531 to 1533. Alright, that's last night's US CPI data was basically neutral, so not too much change there. Let's take a look at the dollar yen, and as a inverse of the spot gold movement, there was a spike through the 110. It broke above this upper trend line through this resistance zone. It changes now to support, and to almost hit the weekly R1 pivot at 110.24. It is spiked up to 110.21. This week's weekly pivot has dipped lower to 108, actually higher than last week, 108.94. That's where the support zone is going to be. There's another support zone now at this swing high at the 109.73 level. We won't change the fib retracement yet until we see a clear breakout higher above the 110. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, and this is the resistance area at the 110, and we've seen this retracing lower now. It should be able to find support at the 109.73 and perhaps a spike lower to hit this upper trend line that it broke out from before it continues to trade higher, and it needs to break through the 110 level again. Alright, this dollar yen is a risk on mode, just like the stock market, so it's mirroring that. And the only key event now is the signing of the phase 1 trade deal between US and China, and that's later today in the US. There are some more news from the US economy with PPI and a couple other news later in the week. And we'll see whether this will provide support and consolidation or a move higher above the weekly R1. So this is going to be critical area of resistance as well. This is another area to watch out for. Alright, so meanwhile, have a good trading week, and do check out my other video on the Euro, Cable and Aussie dollar, and cheers.